Good morning, son. It is so good to see you. We are hiking from Tri-Corner Knob to Cosby Campground. It is 37 degrees and we are having to come off trail unexpectedly. I had to stop and take a picture of this or video this. That is just extraordinary. I love that. So extraordinary, spectacular. It's quite cold and windy, and these are the gloves that I'm left with for today. These are just my very light REI wool liners. My other gloves were so soaked that I could wring water out of them this morning. That's why we're going to go on ahead and come off trail. I'd love to go on and think everything is going to be okay, but it's not the right thing to do. I'd be less than honest if I said I wasn't exceedingly disappointed this morning. It was so cold and we were soaked to the skin. All of our clothes, our shoes, socks, our gloves that we put on our dry set of clothes, and even my backpack covers permeated, my slipper raincoat covers permeated, saturated with water. Nothing dried last night, which of course it wouldn't have because it was just too cold. So I talked to Stacy about it, and I told him I did not think it was wise to go to Cosby Knob today because we did not have any more dry clothes in our packs, and while today is not supposed to rain, the Smokeys are unpredictable, and it would be irresponsible for us to hike and not have a dry set of clothes to get into. So I'm not quite sure how we're going to finish Cosby Campground to Davenport Gap. Stacy said we could come back another weekend. I just don't want to do that. I'd rather finish it this week. Sloth is coming to get us at Cosby Campground and eat and spend the night there. And then in the morning, I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. So, it's not what the plan was, but, you know, sometimes plans don't work out the way that we hope that they will. The good news is, my feet are sore at the end of the day, but they don't hurt like they did before. They hurt when I'm doing my stretches. All the things the physical therapist told me that I needed to do, and using I brought my rollergy ball to roll out my feet. So that's good. And these shoes, these Hoka Speed Goats, have been fabulous, but these are not winter shoes. These are 3-season shoes. And so they haven't done the best in these conditions. I'm not quite sure what to do about figuring out shoes, but we'll figure it out. In the meantime, I hope y'all are having a really good morning. I woke up this morning, I'll just be honest, I was grouchy and grumpy. I only slept about 45 minutes last night. I'm not even sure I slept that long because we had an Olympic snorer that was right above us last night and the night before. So I had to have a little talk with myself and say, being grouchy isn't going to accomplish anything. Get over it and try and have a good attitude. So I'm trying to do that. Hopefully we'll see something wonderful along the way. This is the trail this morning. And please look around. So part of it has been like this, and the other part has been like this, and with big patches of water from snowmelt. That's fine. There's a pretty view this morning. If you watch that mountain back there, you can see the clouds going by. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good morning, love.
Good morning, sweet girl.
You good?
I'm alright. Hey. I wanted to say hello, Elkie. We've been thinking about you and talking about you out here. Just wanted you to know that. Hope you're doing well.
That's right, Elkie. You and the girls.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Hey, Elkie. I wanted to say hey to you and tell you how much I appreciate you, your videos, our phone calls, everything about you and your family. I absolutely adore you. And I'm really looking forward to talking to you whenever I get back about our trip. I think it's going to be really exciting. And Judith, we had a hard time yesterday, Judith, but Stacy and I carried your wheelchair up the mountain and we got you there. And I hope you had a good time. You still have too much candy in your backpack, Judith, too much. I'm telling you, I don't know what I'm going to do with you.
And Judith, you need to make that candy more apparent because Stacy really needed some and could not find it.
Okay, Judith, well, I say no candy. Stacy says chocolate, so there you go. All right.
Okay, Judith, we have been humping your candy up and down these hills for the last 3 days. And damn it, I wanted some candy and I tried to find it, but you've got it so hidden in your pack, I cannot find it. You need to give me a clue on where your candy is, especially the chocolate in your pack.
What about the black licorice? She eats that.
Well, I don't care about that mess. I just want the dark chocolate.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Hey, James. This is for you, buddy. The Bulldogs are still winning. Linda, we're playing Florida October 28th, so we'll see how we do against you. But Stacy has something else to say.
Go Montana Grizz! And of course, as always, go Dogs.
That's right. We are Dogs fans, but he is an alumni from the University of Montana. That's where he got his graduate degree in anthropology.
Go Grizz!
Oh, wow. That is it. Look at the trees changing color down there. Beautiful. And my favorite, look at all the red berries on that tree. I love those red berries. Look at that. Wow. Gosh, it's so clear. I communicated with Backpack and Bible, Holly, the day we started. Before we started, there's little or no cell phone coverage up here. We had a half of one bar last night, and I was so hoping I was going to be able to see her. She is so precious, but she was at mile marker 354. She was at Beauty Spot, and we were at 217, 210, 212, something like that. I can't remember, wherever Newfound Gap starts. So I missed her, but she's doing well. She's cold, and I think she's really doing a phenomenal job of completing her hike. I'm really proud of her. That girl has tenacity. Anyway, oops, whoo. Okay, now we're back in the slush again. This has been a really special trip, And although it is being cut short for safety reasons, what we perceive as being safety reasons, I've had a wonderful time with my husband, and he has been lovely to hike with. And that's him right there. I want to tell you one of the ways you can tell true love. That's when somebody takes their socks off and they're by the head of your sleeping bag and they're damp and you don't have anywhere to blow your nose and you really need to, and your husband doesn't mind if you put boogers on his on his socks. Yep, that's love. And this morning when he was packing up, he was going to pack those socks away. He said, "Would you like to use these before I finish packing?" And I said, "No, my nose is good, thank you." So there you go. Squirrel. This is what I mean when I say I love the way these little red berries look in the snow. That just makes me happy, people. If you find a significant other that's willing to let you blow your woogies into his socks, I think you found the right person. There was a female hiker in our shelter last night, and hold on, she was saying that this weather had really messed her up because she had planned a 19, a 20, and an 18, and she'd only done 1.5 miles an hour yesterday with that, adverse weather that we were in, which tracked because Stacy and I did, we were doing 45-minute miles, and so that equates pretty closely. She said it never fails. Every time I want to hike the Smokeys, I end up having to go into town for some reason. And now I'm going to have to go into town because I only had enough food to last me till the end of that journey. But because it's going to take me longer because of, these trail conditions, she was going to have to go into town. She was talking about going into Cherokee. So you can plan all you want. And sometimes when plans are changed, it's okay. They change for a good reason. Sometimes they change for a good reason. Okay, here we go. We're going to Cosby Campground. It's this direction. One of the things that happened to Stacy and I last night was we were so wet and soaked, and it was cold, and the temperature was dropping, that, and our shoes and socks were completely, the water had gone on the inside of my shoes. I mean, it was like a little fountain coming down the path. By the time we got to the shelter and stood there for just a moment, getting our sleeping bags set up, we both started shivering uncontrollably. We got into our sleeping bags, and it took over an hour for each one of us to stop violently shivering. Stacy felt much better after an hour. It took me another 30 minutes or so before the little shivers stopped. That was a little bit of a tricky situation. I was really glad we had dry clothes to get into and some hot chocolate to drink, and we ate our dinner. Well, I didn't really eat. I wasn't hungry. I think I ate 3 bites out of a meal and gave the rest to Stacy. He ate it all. And I just laid down. I did eat this morning, though, before I started. All in all, everything shared, it's been a really very wonderful hike, and I am grateful, I'm blessed, and I'm so thrilled that I had an opportunity to do at least this section of the Smokies. We'll figure out the rest. It'll happen. I guess that's my last blessing of the day on this hike. We're 1 mile from being picked up by a sloth.